Train Dreams is like the celebration of the ordinary life. And I think as much as movies are captivating sometimes, because we get to wish fulfill about being a hero, the idea that we also like to see ourselves reflected on screen, the celebration of most of us being ordinary, I think, is like a really dignified and elevated, heroic pursuit. And for that reason, I think the movie's unique and special. I feel like Robert is a guy that there should be more of in the world. I feel like because he's pure and good and honest and gentle and stoic and absorbs the world and doesn't complain and almost too pure, you know. And there was something really nice about playing a character that is essentially good, and I feel like in my own life there's probably a handful of people that I would count that would have those virtues and those qualities, and they're rare. And I think, you know, it was very special for that reason. The movie is set in this sort of world that's changing fast, but we're talking about the early 1900s, and what their version of fast is. It looks slow to us, but we can see why maybe all human beings feel like the world is moving too quickly, there's too much change. But also the movie deals with such epically personal things. You know, we all maybe think, oh, look, our lives are ordinary and normal, but like I do think, is not falling in love and becoming a parent and dealing with the highs and lows of life, you know, pleasurable and very painful, not Shakespearean in their own way. You know, we might look, oh yeah, I've been through that, but is that not a sign that your life is kind of epic in its own way? You might not be ending a war or saving a city, but like just being here and going through these big emotions is a big thing.
And last question.
The film, at its essence, is about a family struggling to survive and doing the best they can in really, really compromised situations. So there was just something on a very human level that really appealed. Yes, it was about finding, it's using the screen time that you have to show a very loving relationship, but like most loving relationships, it comes with its tensions and its struggles to maintain that relationship under the difficult situation that they're in. They're struggling for money, they're trying to make things work as best they can. They want to be together as much as possible, but it's difficult economically for them. So it was about tapping into that, and then just making that life that they're living feel as naturalistic as possible, so that the audience can feel like, oh, I recognize that, I understand that feeling. That's what you're trying to achieve all the time. Yes, well, so much of the film is about the relationship that we have with nature, that it goes both ways, that we have to look after it, and then it will look after us ultimately. And nature is somehow, it's eternal, whereas things we're going to come and go, but nature hopefully will be here forever.
I'm a fan of the authors, but it's it's really just an opportunity to get down in this world with a filmmaker like Clint Bentley. He's a fantastic collaborator, very sensitive. He's very present, listens to ideas. He's just, he's not a ball hog. He's just, I think he's a very fresh voice for filmmakers today. We're in desperate need of that. Dolpho's got just a magical eye. That guy could pull light out of a rock. And him and Clint together, and then to see the natural evolution of nature, the seasons, the things coming to life and dying, just the natural circle of life, if you will. It absolutely. I think one can see, the beauty and the simplicity of living in all that nature, and then to come to this hyper. A tech world, that's very, at times almost inhuman, lacking any kind of pulse or connectivity, right? Connection with nature and humanity, So you have all that in the beginning, and then slowly the main character, Joel, loses his family, and as does history continue and nature and etc.
It's a lovely script. He shot the script. Those are all the words, and they were beautiful, and I saw it in my mind's eye, and I got excited, and I said yes immediately. I desperately want to do this. It reveals something that's really, really nice about our business and people in general, that a story like this is moving, and it's enough. A simple man, a simple story, not a lot of car crashes and chases. It's a simple thing, and we love it. I play a guy named Arn Peoples. Okay, I was halfway home when I saw the name. Arn Peoples, great name. He's a logger. He's a man of a certain age. He's a philosopher. He's funny. He's a rascal. It's a great freaking role. Fewer people, more room. The West had just been settled. It was still wild and woolly in a lot of it. And how does it relate to us? I guess the comparison of how fast our lives are, and bewildering. It's nostalgic, but so am I. I had a great time with him because he's got this sparkle in his eyes. He thought my character was funny, and I could tell, but he respected him, and he and I, sometimes the camera kept rolling, and we would keep talking. And some of that stuff, it didn't make it into the film, but some of it was really funny and fun. And Joel's a great guy to act with.
The script as a whole was extremely beautiful and made me cry, even in places that weren't sad. It was just very moving. And there was nature was a big part of the movie. Pacific Northwest, all the beautiful trees, and I have a farm in the Pacific Northwest. I love nature. I think nature is very healing. So I wanted to be in a movie that showed that. Yeah, it's kind of a story about a man who didn't really accomplish anything. Like, he wasn't a greedy man. He wasn't known for anything. He's just like an everyman. I think that's kind of beautiful, that everybody's life is important, and not everyone has to achieve greatness to be, have an important life or, have meaning. Oh, we worked together years ago when I was a teenager on a movie in Australia, very early on in my career, and I've always been a friend and a fan of Joel. So to be in this movie with him was just, it was a really beautiful moment, and the character was supposed to feel like an old friend. And I was like, well, I am an old friend, so I wanted to do it for those reasons also.
Oh man, I don't think it's really just one thing, but just the whole story really, the entire story is really, the second I read it, I felt like this is something that I connected with, because it's just, to me, it's about one man's life. Like, not even Grainier, the character himself, but it's just about, I can find the connection with the ups and downs of life in it. And even through my character, Fu Sheng, he has his, he kind of has his own story that I've, kind of built out, and he has the ups and downs in his life as well, so I just feel like it's very universal. Man, woman, anyone out there can relate in terms of the joys and the sorrows of life, and I just think it's a beautifully put together film with a beautiful, beautiful team, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it.
I think, just being there was great, working with Joel and Clint, and being this character, Ignatius Jack. The way the times are and how they change, and a lot of people were left behind almost like relics, and they just become, misplaced or, complacent or whatever, and then they, you don't know what to do with yourself now, and where do you go from here, and then just having the friends he does in the movie, all the connections and the people, and yeah, it's a great movie. Oh, Joel was amazing. Yeah, I was really awesome to work with him, and he was so easy to, and I felt like, it was like our connection, between him and I, that's the amazing part about doing acting. Sometimes you don't know somebody, and then you go in there and just connect and get those emotions from each other, So yeah, he was awesome.